working on something to make it great for the veterans, because the veterans have been treated very, very unfairly. I don't want to see veterans waiting on line for 2 weeks. And, you know, in many cases, they have a minor illness, and it takes so long to see a doctor. It turns out to be a major illness. People are dying. So we're gonna fix it properly, not like it's been done over the past.
It is shameful the way the VA has been operating. Well, major changes could be on the way for the Department of Veteran Affairs as President-elect Donald Trump considers privatizing some VA health care services for America's heroes. Former Wisconsin Governor Thommy Thompson met with Donald Trump yesterday at his Mar-a-Lago resort, where the two discussed veterans, among other key issues. Governor Thompson joining us now. By the way, did you discuss whether or not you might be head of the VA, Governor?
No, absolutely not. And we did not talk about Veterans Affairs yesterday. We talked about how we can change the Affordable Care Act, the Obamacare. But I would tell you that Donald Trump is absolutely candid, he's sincere, and he's very straightforward with what he wants to do. And that's what I really respect about him and what America respects about him. And what he said throughout the whole campaign is he's going to fix the mess that the veterans have right now. He wants to have the veterans taken care of as quickly as possible and not have to wait in lines and so on. And so I'm really proud of what he's standing for.
Well, what do you think of the idea of essentially setting up a voucher system where you would cut checks to veterans and let them choose their own health care from wherever they want?
I have always supported that. I think it's the right thing. I think the Veterans Department is so bureaucratic and it's burdened by so many rules and regulations, and really who's in charge. A lot of the districts are in charge, much more so than the central office in Washington. And I really think the veterans of America need to be taken care of as soon as possible. And I applaud the President-elect, Donald Trump, for looking outside the box and trying to find ways in which he can help to serve the veterans much quicker, much better than ever before. And if that's privatization, then so be it.
Well, you mentioned Obamacare. Of course, you were head of HHS.
That's correct,
a lot of what Obamacare is now will probably end up in the hands of the next director of HHS if they get rid of Obamacare. How long do you think that transition is going to take?
Well, I think it's going to take a while. I don't think you can just, repeal it and then turn on a whole new system overnight. You're going to have some time because you got a lot of people right now that are depending upon the Obamacare and have signed up for it. And so it's going to take some time to unravel it. But what the president wants to do, he wants to make our health care system more affordable, more accessible, based upon performance. He wants to be able to get rid of the fraud and abuse, and he wants to be able to do it so that people are not harmed by changing the system. And that, once again, I think goes to the heart of what Donald Trump is all about. He wants to be quick, he wants to transform it, but he wants to make sure that he does not cause any problems in the process. And I was very much appreciative of his stance yesterday when I had a chance to talk to him.
By the way, when you were governor of Wisconsin, you were kind of known as the father of welfare reform. You had terrific welfare reform policies in the state. They really dropped the welfare rolls, and poverty dropped at the same time, by the way, so you were able to accomplish both goals. We have had this big explosion of the welfare rolls ever since the recession a few years ago, and, of course, food stamps as well. How do you bring that under control?
You got to go back to the basics. You got to make sure people are accountable and that they are going to be required to hold jobs. And that is what was missing. The Obama administration completely did away with what I started, which President Bill Clinton picked up on when he was president, and they required a work initiative. And President Obama and his administration has taken away from that. And instead of really requiring work and taking some vocational skills in order to get the kind of training necessary, he's done away with that. And as a result of that, the welfare loads are exploding all over America. And I'm very happy to tell you that Donald Trump wants to change that. Once again, making things accountable and affordable and being able to change the system.
Well, you certainly did it in Wisconsin. Governor Thommy Thompson, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you, David, and good luck and happy holidays to you.
Thanks. Yeah, Happy New Year to you.